I'm Hazel Siri, and I've been working for more than 20 years in humanitarian work for UN and NGOs. For me, I would think until this year, it's always been a time to think about what happened in Iraq, what started World Humanitarian Day. I was working at the time for the NGO coordination, and for me, it's always been important to think back to that time and think back to the colleagues who were injured that we don't think about so much as those who lost their lives. But this year, I think all of us who work in the humanitarian field are thinking really especially about friends and colleagues who are working in Gaza. I think that people don't really understand very well what it is we do as humanitarians, people in the rest of the world, and particularly in the developing world. They still have a vision of sort of hippie, babakul people who went out who are volunteers. They don't realize that it's become much more professional, that everything is done with a great degree of accountability to our beneficiaries and to our donors, that we make the greatest possible effort to spend the money that people donate either voluntarily or through their taxes, through official aid programs. That it's spent accountably, that we try to spend the maximum amount of every pound or every dollar on the beneficiaries in providing the assistance that the beneficiaries need. As a single person, it's very hard to make a difference, but I think as we are a lot of single people working together, all with the same objectives and all hoping to contribute to the protection of civilians, then we can make a difference. And I think we don't even have to be humanitarians. And particularly, like I said in the first question, a lot of us are thinking this year about Gaza. I'm really surprised and really humbled by the number of people who have absolutely no humanitarian experience, who are doing what they can to, on Twitter, on social networking, to really raise awareness of what's going on in Gaza. And I think if all of us work like that as individuals, if we all make our own individual effort, we will be able to contribute to the protection of civilians. Having said that, I mean, it's important for me as a protection officer here, particularly in Goma at the minute, just to look at the protection of civilians as we work alongside the UN mission, which has a very robust mandate here. And it's our job to make sure that the protection of civilians is really taken into account, not only by the militias and the armed groups, but also by the Congolese army and by the mission. And I think that those of us who are protection officers can do our bit in ensuring that this happens.